All right, my people, what is going on? It's your boy Mario, aka DJ Rebelations, and this is a new episode of Rebelations podcast. I am over here with Diana de Los Angeles. How are you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
Doing blessed, doing blessed. Thank you so much for joining me.
Of course.
For all of you that are tuning in right now, thank you so much for everybody who's been tuning in this year, for the interviews, for the content, for the reaction videos. Greatly appreciate you. If you can, please subscribe down below. I'm going to put all of Diana's links down below. I'm going to put some other cool stuff, website, merch. You can get all of that cool stuff. She has a track that's dropping very soon, so I'm going to post the pre-save link down below or update it once the pre-save is available. Cool? All right, bless. All right, Diana, thank you so much for joining me here. You all right? Feeling good?
Yeah, you?
Feeling good, feeling good.
Bless
Just
you.
Yeah, just looking at the screen
Good.
right now, your tattoo looks really dope.
Thank
The
you.
way it looks on the screen, right?
Thank
So
you.
shout out to your artist. Right, what is it actually? Is it
To
personal?
be honest, it's a compass. I did this when I was probably right when I turned 17, 18.
Okay.
And I'm actually thinking of removing it because, I was young and it's not one of my favorite neck tattoos and I want something better.
It looks dope though. I mean, like, would you cover it? Would you put something over it? Or just remove it?
Nah, I actually want to probably laser it.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know how 50 Cent did that. He removed like almost all, if not all,
Apparently
his
it
tattoos,
hurts more
right?
than
Getting it,
actually being
right?
tatted. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well,
No, but it looks cool. It looks cool. Like it's kind of helps you stand out, your image, especially as an artist. It's
Yeah.
like, oh shoot, it's Diana de Los Angeles, but maybe that's not something or attention you want all the time now, right? They're gonna be
Not
people's faces a
necessarily.
little bit more.
I don't know. I get my tattoos are usually just for myself because I really love art and I want it on. So when someone looks at me just for just because I have tattoos, it's just sometimes I even forget that I have tattoos.
Okay. Yeah, me too, honestly. Like it's, I don't know. And then when I see it on screen, it's like, oh shoot, like it actually looks pretty cool. I love this one. This is actually my favorite one.
What's
It's
that one?
it's a reminder to self, just a treble clef. It's a reminder to self, like my passion, my love for music.
No, for sure.
So I mean, the compass, I mean, it could still have
And I
some
want
meaning.
a mic too. I want a tattoo of a mic.
Okay, like LL Cool J. LL Cool J has like a microphone tattoo in his arm.
Yeah.
It's really sick. All right, well, thank you so much for being here. It's been a conversation we've had for the last couple of years for us to finally to have a sit down, right? And we
Yeah.
finally made it. We're finally here. And what do we do here at Revelations Podcast? Well, if you tuned into the very first episode with the chess game, that was with Romeo, right? An artist named Romeo. And I introduced this to the show because I want it to be something that's educational and also something where we are also being entertained, but with something really different, really cool. And the reason why chess is an important part of why I want Revelations Podcast to be linked with it is because of Wu-Tang Clan. Right, Wu-Tang Clan. In the previous episode with Romeo, I talk about a little bit about the Wu-Tang manual and what it did for me, what it means to me, and they talk heavily about this game, which is why I feel like we should play it while we have a conversation. Hopefully it inspires cool conversations, opens up different parts of our creativity, I guess, while we're playing and talking at the same time. And you don't always have to be the greatest at this game. I certainly am not, but yeah, we're gonna go at this, and I have a feeling you're gonna be a natural at this.
Yeah. I don't really play this, so it's gonna be my first time. And I used to play this on the computers. When you're young.
Yeah.
And you're just,
Shoot. Yeah.
But I actually don't know.
The Windows games.
Yes.
Okay. Bless. Okay. Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, you can look it up on YouTube because I don't think I want to spend too much time explaining it here. But you can watch a video on YouTube on how to play this game. But I gave Diana a quick rundown of how we play. So throughout the game, we're gonna be just taking little breaks. We're gonna be playing, reminding each other to play the game because the conversation, I can imagine, is gonna be great. Okay, so since White goes first, okay, very subtle, very calm. Let's go for a little bit more aggressive approach.
It's 2-4, right? I can do 2-4.
Two squares first, right? Okay, so as we play, right, we're going to talk about why we are here. Obviously, we've become friends over the years. You performed at the first ever Woke Up a Rebel event, right?
Yes, I did.
Right? I think you were also the one that opened up the show. Were you first? I can't remember. On the lineup?
Shoot, man. Honestly,
We're going to have to go back to that. I'm going to
yeah,
show
I
a little
don't
bit of the
remember.
footage. But yeah, it was really cool. I had seen you on social media previous to that. and I thought you had a really cool swag. Was that around the time that you did the song with Magic Says?
Yes, and Sky.
And Sky, right? Yeah, it was really cool. I really liked your vibe, and I'm like, okay, let's see if we can get her on the lineup. I had never done a show before, so I wanted to get some people that I thought actually made good music.
Yeah.
And you killed it. You did absolutely amazing that night.
Thank you, and I appreciate that. He was the first one to come up to me. He believed in me, and like now we're like very, we're close friends.
Yeah,
this guy's a real one.
Some people might disagree.
Sorry.
No, I'm joking. That's the world. You know what I mean? The
Yeah,
world has haters, has people that love you, people that love you that become haters.
Bro, not everybody for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Your move. Yeah, so you've dropped some songs. You've dropped Soltera. You dropped, what else? That's the one that I can remember vividly right now.
I think, like, my first track that I ever, I dropped, that I took serious was La Última Vez. From La Última Vez, I think I did La Nena.
Yeah, La Nena's dope.
And then I did Want From Me with Magic and Sky.
Mm-hmm. Is it Sky or Skies?
I think it's Skies.
Skies, maybe.
Yes.
Skies.
I have other tracks now. I don't even know. It's because I haven't really put music out there. I just been focusing a lot on my health because like I had a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
So like I know I don't post a lot on social media because I'm not the type to like put my private things out there for people to know.
Yep.
So you can't really put everything out there, and like you can let people assume what it is, but like I'm just here, and I'm finally here now, and I'm ready to drop more music, and I'm excited to drop a new song after a couple months. I think I've dropped Soltera a couple months back. Maybe I dropped Soltera like in the last summer.
So 2024, you haven't released anything this year?
I think.
Was it, or was it 2023? I think Soltera. I think it was last year, right? 2023.
Yeah, I don't even remember.
Because you've performed it, right?
I did. I performed it at Afrowave. When was that?
Yeah. Can't remember.
But I feel like that was last year, or like last summer.
Man, not sure, but it looks like we both have some goldfish memory.
Yeah, I have a horrible memory.
Oh man, I think it's your move. I think I moved here. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, no. So you can only move diagonally if I was here or here. Well, you can only do that if you made a kill. Otherwise, you're kind of like stuck.
I'm stuck.
Yeah.
And I can move that here?
Yep. You can move that there or there. So it's always keeping in mind an L shape. You could even move that way down to here. If I was here, you could take that person here. Or if I was here, you can take that. Okay. So right. So move up. Okay. So yeah, it's honestly, I think La Nena and Soltera, I really like those tracks. Me personally. T.Cam he directed the video, right? The Magic Says video. What was it called? Want From Me?
Want From Me.
Want From Me. Right, and you can find that video on YouTube. Actually, it's actually a pretty cool video. Well produced, well directed, right, by T.Cam, Toronto's own.
Yep.
Right, so today we are here to discuss which song?
So the song that I'm about to drop is called En La Noche. So it's more of like a upbeat. You could be in a club. You can listen to it in a club. It's super catchy, very nice. Very excited to put it out.
Okay. I think it's a very special song. I'm going to be very biased over here. It's a special song because I feel grateful and honored that you showed it to me.
Yeah.
And yeah, like one thing, people, if you're an artist or anybody that creates anything, whether you're starting a business or something, you got to be open to criticism. You got to be open to criticism.
Like Mario's the first person I showed this song to, and I wanted like hard criticism, and this guy will literally give that to you, and I'm okay with taking that, and this is exactly what I need to be better, like a better artist.
Yeah, and I remember you got a little spicy, you know what I mean, because I get it, it's your baby, it's something that you work hard towards, but I remember like you got a little spicy, and I'm just like, yo, no me pegues.
No, you know why I got spicy? Because I was so frustrated. It took me a couple times to record because like I also suffer from like allergies and chronic sinusitis, so like every time I would try to record, my nose would sound bad on the mic, or like I would just be stuffed. It's my throat would like just feel like messed up, so I would have to go hard on the vocals, keep recording, and it's just like,
I think the final product would always sound good. I don't know. You really put the effort into it, but
yeah, and
it sounded good. I would never tell that you were dealing with certain things.
Yeah, and I asked Mario, like, come help me, because he has a really good actually sound for like to hear like the keynotes and what can be good to put on a track, like for producing example. Like I think Mario would be great at helping artists produce music.
You're actually making me blush, because I mean, I never looked at it like that. I just thought like, okay, I just want you to sound your best. And I was always very self-conscious, right, about when I was making beats. Like it kind of would discourage me that I wouldn't hear certain things. And then when I would show it to people, or when I would show it to Aisha has a musically trained ear, and I wouldn't be able to hear what she heard. And that would like, I would feel so discouraged, So for you to say that, it's been a few years ever since that has happened. And DJing as well, like trying to beat match certain tracks, making sure that they're mixing in key as best as possible. I guess that's what's helped me train and push myself to learn, because I wasn't always like this. I was exactly where you were. But I think now, because I had Aisha around, she was able to point out the fact that I needed to train my ear a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I think what's helped also was listening to classical music, to be honest. Ever since I got Kitana Mango, my cat.
Yeah.
I've been listening to a lot more classical music, a lot more jazz. So I think it's helped, but I'm flattered that you think that. And we actually linked up with a producer that we both know, producer engineer, right?
Yeah.
Dusani. Is it Dusani or Dusani Water?
Dusani Water.
Dusani Water, right?
Yeah.
So shout out to you, Dusani.
Yeah, shout out, man.
Absolute amazing human
Super
being. What a
calm
gem.
guy.
Very calm.
Yeah.
And
helpful.
I was in his space while he was working, while Diana was in the booth recording. And I honestly told him, like, yo, man, I'm just here. Like, please, like, help me out if I'm giving her bad advice. Because I didn't, like, you put me on the spot. It's like, you were kind of, like, basically telling me you were counting on my judgment a little bit. And it's like, shit, like, I've never done this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that was a huge responsibility. And once again, the name of the song is
En la Noche,
right? En la Noche. So from my understanding, it's like a reggaeton beat, right? It has like, for me, what stands out the most is the snare. It's one of those like trap snares. You know what I mean? Like it's like a little slap. It's cool. I like it. It's a very mellow beat. It's very chill. And it's very romantic. It's nice. It's freaking got stuck in my head.
Yeah, my girl was actually like, she'd been singing it.
Yeah, like every day I've had it.
It's in my head. And I'm like, that's the point. I want it to, I want it to be catchy. I want people to like get into it.
Is it my move or your move? I think it's your move because I moved here. Yeah, like it's been in my mind, and it's something that you can listen to, like when you're driving at night or something. Like it's a very chill song. It's like a cruising track. Yeah. Especially now that it's being released in the wintertime with some snow. Maybe it's also the cover work that kind of like really paints a whole picture. It's like a chilling at night type of song in the winter. Christmas song. I can almost consider it a Christmas song. Diana de Los Angeles made a Christmas song.
Not really, but okay, kind of.
Hey, it gives me Christmas vibes.
Well, so I guess because, there's the snow and everything. Yeah, like winter.
The only thing that's missing
vibe.
are some like bells in the track. But yeah, it's a really, really nice song. I like it. This is tricky. Got me thinking now. Okay, so what got you like? I know that I don't know the process of like leasing beats or buying beats.
Yeah.
I've never done that, right? So like, what is that process sort of like?
To be honest, I have like an account with BeatStars, and that's where I usually get my beats from. I'm trying more to get exclusive beats, which is like I own the rights. Like I've just paid them for.
It's my move.
Yeah, and then I own the rights to it. So En La Noche is exclusively mine.
Okay.
And the process, I literally just stay maybe like, sometimes I'm there for hours when I have time off, I'd be looking for the perfect beat that I can vibe to.
Okay.
If I don't vibe to it, then like I'm not going to write to it or anything. Like if I know like I'm 100% about it, then that's, you know, I want it.
So you just like click a button and you pay for it?
Yeah, like
Are
it'll
they
give you
expensive?
options. Yeah, I mean like beats, it gives you option like depending on the license, right? The licenses, you have like non-exclusive, which is like you don't own the rights to it, you know, and you gotta split like, you know, your royalties and stuff like that. So yeah.
Okay.
And they send you the contract and everything. You can also email like the producers or, you know, the people that make the beats, and
They have like their contact info. You can DM them or email them.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right, BeatStars. Shout out to you.
Yeah.
I remember I was supposed to see the founder of the founder of BeatStars at an event. I think last summer, 2 summers ago, but for some reason he couldn't show up.
Yeah.
You know, so that sucks. Missed out on hearing, you know, the man speak.
Yeah, I would definitely like to, you know, work with some producers in Toronto and see, you know, maybe we can work together. Who knows? So if you're interested, DM me. You know.
Okay,
it's up to you.
Okay, dope. You heard her.
Yeah.
Don't sleep on her.
I got good music. Mario knows.
Yeah, honestly, what has your experience, because I know you've worked with engineers or producers outside of Toronto, right? Internationally. What is that experience like, working with somebody, I guess, via email or FaceTime, or what was it?
So I've worked with Mr. Mix and Master, Vinny. He's from Miami. He engineers like all the big artists, like so a lot of Latin artists like Bad Bunny, The Weeknd.
Okay, dope.
Like just a lot. And I went on his website and I found him, and I'm just like, okay, let me send my music. And because I didn't really trust people with my music, because I have spent money on like going to some studios here, and like I just felt like some producers or engineers weren't like, they didn't really care about my work. They just kind of wanted money. And like that was just my experience. So I was just like, okay, like I had a bad experience, let me try with this guy. So I go and I pay online. I tell him advice, what I need help with, how exactly I want it, and I would just send him like the whole, like basically the whole file. Like, I would record at home because I have like a home recording studio. So I would record everything raw, and I would just send it out to him through email on like WeTransfer, and then he would receive it, and it would take about maybe like 3 to 4 weeks to get the track, and then it would be unlimited revisions. And like he would literally listen to like what I exactly wanted. So I was with him for a while, but like honestly, no, it was good.
Okay,
it was good.
Bless. Okay, that's really cool. Right, so yeah, for anybody that I guess wants to look for beats, if you don't know any producers yourself, head over to beatstars.com. Right, we are not doing any promo for them. This is actually just you sharing your method, right, of how you've gotten to where you are right now. Sometimes just don't wait for people. You know, if you can't find producers to work with, just pay for it. Everything, you know, progress costs money, you know, sometimes, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Where are you from? What's your background?
So my background is Nicaragua.
Nicaragüense, la vida tuani.
Yeah, my parents are from Nicaragua, Managua. And then I was born in Miami, Florida.
Miami.
Yeah, I was the only child born in Miami. My other 2 siblings are born like here.
Okay, so you're from America. Okay, that's cool. When did you come to Canada?
I came to Canada like when I was 3. So I came at a very young age, and then I would just like go back and forth.
That's so sick.
Yeah.
Taking advantage of that dual citizenship.
Yeah.
That's cool. Hey everybody, Diana's from Miami. You know, so she's from the heart of the Latin music scene, I guess, right now, right in the States.
Yeah.
Right in Miami. That's cool. What I like about your music is that you don't, and this is just a personal preference, right, for me, is that you don't try to use, even though you have every right to use American slang, right, even Latin American slang from the States, I guess you can say, you don't do that. You just use your own lingo, your own words. There's people that use so much Puerto Rican slang in their songs that are not Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
You know, and that kind of like irks me, because some of these artists that I hear using Puerto Rican slang, but like you're from countries that has its own slang.
Yeah.
Why don't you try to bring that, give that a spotlight?
Yeah, no, that's honestly that's exactly what I want to bring. I want to bring like my culture to the music, because I don't see Nicaraguense artists, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I want to use our slang. It's pretty sick, you know. I want people to vibe to us, you know.
Yeah, that's sick. I
To
think
understand us, to like get to know us a little bit, because a lot of the artists are like Puerto Rican, Dominican, you know. There's not a lot
Caribbean
of us.
mainly.
Yeah, Caribbean.
Now Colombians are also, you know, in the forefront. Shout out to them.
Yeah.
I think it's your move, because I moved here.
Okay.
That's sick. I think like the only Nicaraguense artist that I know of that's like I really really like is this artist called T-Bone. Right, he was out of LA. He was half Salvadorian, half Nicaraguense. He's a Christian artist, but like he was hood, like very very hood. But I think he retired I think a little while ago from rapping, if I'm not mistaken. But he's done tracks with like Cypress Hill. On his come up, he was actually in the Beyonce movie Fighting Temptations. Do you remember that movie?
No.
Right, so he was in there and he didn't really have a big part in the movie. He was like a prison guard. Not a prison guard, sorry. He was a prisoner. He was in an orange jumpsuit. He was in cuffs, and I don't remember the reason why it was, but they took a whole group of people from the prison to sing in the choir at a church. You know, and he did his thing there. And it was really cool to see T-Bone in a movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out, because I don't think I've like seen
Fighting
that.
Temptation. It's really good. Yeah, so to me, like, that's the biggest artist that I know that is part Nicaraguense.
Yeah.
Right, so Chocolatito is a boxer,
He's
right?
a great boxer, yeah.
Big name. Shout out to you.
Yeah.
Right, so yeah, I think we need a little bit more representation from Nicaragua.
Yes.
You know, in whatever it is, in business and music and entertainment. Maybe there are more people out there, we just don't know.
Yeah, for sure,
right?
yeah.
But yeah, that's really sick. So, En la Noche.
En la Noche, yeah.
Kind of like a mellow reggaeton vibe. More like a lounging type of vibe. I like it. It's like nice. A lounging vibe.
Yeah.
Is the name of the producer free to share? Like, what's their name?
It's funny because like I bought the beat exclusively, and the producer, he didn't actually make much beats. Like, he wasn't much on BeatStars, and he kind of took some time off. So I actually bought this beat like I think 2 years ago. I bought it 2 years ago, and it's just been in the vault. Like, I've had the lyrics written. I wrote this song in like 5 minutes, and it's just been there because like I just been focusing on my health. So it's just been there, and like now it's like I can actually put it out, you know. So it's like,
that's sick.
I hope that guy comes back to like, you know, doing beats. I'm not sure where he's at, but like shout out to him, because like
it aged well. Like, it still sounds current.
Yeah.
Right, the sound of it. That's cool. I liked it. I liked the beat, especially after hearing it over and over again at the studio. It's one of those tracks that doesn't get annoying. Right. Seeing you in the booth, like, that was really cool. You're very professional, very calm, willing to take direction, which is something that, you know, ego is something that's really hard to work around with, you know, with a lot of artists. And I can honestly say that you're an artist that does not display any sort of ego. You know, you're just there, willing to learn, willing to listen. And Dusani is very patient. Like, I learned that day.
Yeah, he was.
Not because of you. No, like, is this his job? Like, it's so tedious.
Yeah.
Right? I think we had a discussion off mic about this. But it's such a tedious job to do because you're constantly clicking, copy, pasting, moving this recording up out of the, you know, muted space so that way you can record a new one. Then you're chopping little pieces from each recording, and it's just like, man, like, I can do this. And shout out to 4Sound Cortez, you know, that taught me how to do this work around Pro Tools and recording. But that's not my forte, and it's not where I want to be. I prefer producing the beats itself, or now, thanks to you, kind of helping guide, you know, or give suggestions with the vocals. That's really cool. I like that side of producing as well. I feel like I'm in my Quincy Jones bag now.
Yeah,
you know?
It's funny because like I was having some difficulty back home trying to like record, and like Dusani was giving me advice and like how to do certain things, and I was just like, what am I doing? So I'm like, nah, I'm just gonna go to the studio. I'm gonna leave all that work to you. Like, I trust you, and like, let's just do that.
Took your guy. Nope, can't go that way. Let's see what you're doing here.
I'm thinking of checkers, bro, because that's like, I used to play a lot of checkers, and just like I'm not familiar with this, so.
Okay, but the thing is, yo, I don't know if you can see what I see, folks at home. If you're watching this, or if you know how to play chess, you see what I see, right? You see what I see. She's a natural. I'm telling you, I can feel it, but I'm not gonna allow them things. Okay, so yeah, when are you planning on dropping the song?
So the song is already uploaded, and I'm hoping that it comes for December 27th on Friday.
Friday, December 27th. Eh?
So that is the date. I'm just waiting for it to be approved. So
okay. Are you able to share with us? Like, do you want to share? Like, what distributor do you use?
So I actually was using DistroKid before, and now I'm and United Masters.
Oh, okay. That's the one that Steve Stout owns, right? I think he's the one that owns United Masters.
I'm not quite sure. I just had some difficulty with like DistroKid. It was giving me some issues, and like, I do want to keep taking my music serious. I have a lot of plans for the upcoming year to release more music. So I'm like, you know what? Let's go with United Masters and see what's good. Check it out.
Okay, bless.
Yeah.
United Masters. That's sick. Congrats. And was it a hard process to get on there, or is it just like DistroKid? Like,
no, you just sign up. It gives you like an option what you want. What you want to choose. There's like limited features and things. So you just choose what you feel what is better fit for you, right?
Okay, dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Is there a particular artist that you would like to work with one day?
Like, what do you mean, like in Toronto, or like
just in general? Like, who's your dream collab? Either producer and an artist.
Yo, honestly, I would love to work with one name like Raul Alejandro, because I feel like we have like the same.
I can see how you can complement his style.
Yeah.
You could bring in more like that lower tone, and complement his like higher tones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you like on one of those fast reggaeton, like those fast perreo tracks. I don't know if that's what you had imagined, but that's what I can see now that you mentioned that. That's cool. Raul Alejandro, eh? He's a sick artist.
There's a lot of artists that that I like to work with.
And what about producers? Anybody in particular? It doesn't have to be Latin. It could be a hip hop producer too, if that's something.
Hip hop, fuck man. Honestly, like Eladio Carrion too.
That's a dope artist.
Yeah, man.
He's actually cool. Especially how humble he is.
Sick rapper,
video of him
man.
and his mom.
Yeah.
What he did with his mom, like he took her to the Grammys or something.
Bro, his music, cool. There's a song that he made about his mom. It's called Sol Maria, bro. That's
he performed it, I think, and he was with his mom, and I remember I saw like her speaking at the red carpet, and she spoke so highly of him, and it's very nice that he did that. So shout out to you, Eladio Carrion. So, right, and listen to her catalog, listen to her music. Head over to Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music, wherever you can stream music. She is on all the platforms, right? So just search up Diana de Los Angeles. I'm going to post her links down below in the description box. So you can just search it right away. Follow her on Instagram as well. What is your Instagram, by the way?
It's De Los Angeles D with the underscore.
Okay, so De Los Angeles D underscore. And that's also going to be posted down below in the description box. So you can go follow her, support her, see what she's doing, check out the promo run and stuff like that, okay? I think it's your turn. Or is it my turn? No, it's your turn.
I think I put this one. Actually, I don't even remember.
Because I moved here.
Okay. Let's just say it's my turn then.
Okay.
This one was straight, right?
Yeah, but you can jump over.
Damn.
You have a few others that are free though, but it's okay.
It's alright.
Final move. Oh shoot! Now you made me have to move. Killing my game plan. See what you did there. I don't think you saw what you did there, but I see what you did there. You're a natural.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just literally like.
This is annoying, to be honest. The position that I'm in right now. Oh. No. Folks, I'm counting on the fact that she doesn't really know how to play, because I would be murdered right now. I'm just saying. All right, so that's so dope. Everybody, her track is dropping December 27th. It's a Friday. Go pre-save the track once the pre-save link is available. Follow her on her socials so you can stay up to date with what is going on. And you know, from this point on, like I want people to get to know a little bit more about you. You know, like yeah, but let's promote the track.
Yeah.
But I want people to get to know a little bit more about you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and off mic and off camera, we were talking about a few things. And one of the few things that have come up right now that is kind of crazy is the situation with the guy that unalived the CEO of United Healthcare.
Yeah.
Right. And it's pretty crazy. I'm gonna share a quick clip, right, so we can discuss it because I think it's absolutely crazy. You know, Big Pharma obviously is in bed with healthcare, Medicare, all these different companies in the U.S. And the U.S. has like the highest insurance rates, right, and also the highest denials, right, when it comes to insurance claims. Yeah, did you hear about this with this guy?
I heard on the news.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at what this is. And this guy, I don't know, he gives me like, yes, he's a murderer, whatever, but he gives me like Robin Hood vibes.
Yeah, he does.
You know, it's kind of funny. But yeah, let's hear what they got to say about this because I think it was absolutely wild.
The smile of an assassin. Cops say this is the cold-blooded killer who down the CEO of America's largest healthcare.
Yo, that is cold-blooded. Do you see that shit?
Yeah, you just went for it.
Like, this guy showed up like Dora the Explorer with his backpack. Just in the middle of, like, looks like somebody's in that car there. You know, not caring that there's somebody there. Mm-hmm. Can you imagine what this guy was thinking about? Just minding his own business. You know? Holy. It's a trip. Whose move is it, by the way? Is it mine or yours?
I think it's yours.
Outside a Hilton hotel in Manhattan. Residents say the gunman spent the night before the murder in room 407 in this $50 a night hostel, 3 miles from the scene of the murder. He reportedly checked in using a fake New Jersey ID. He stayed in a dorm room like this one with 2 other men, strangers.
Look at this. Ooh, can you imagine how creepy that is? Like, this guy was staying in like a legit hostel, like multiple people. It's like a prison room.
Yeah.
You're sharing a room with a bunch of people. Little would you know that you're sharing the room with somebody that's, you know, already premeditated like a potential murder.
Yeah.
It's crazy, right? You ever watched the movie Hostel with Jay Hernandez? Where they go to Europe and it's like they go to Europe and they're able to pay to unalive people for a fee.
I watch it.
Yo, it's a crazy movie. It's disturbing.
It's not scary, right? It's just like
it's just disturbing. Yeah, and apparently I think part of the
they torture, right? Is it like a torture?
It's like a torture, right?
Okay, I think I
torture unaliving.
I haven't seen the movie, but like I think I've seen like.
Yeah, it's creepy. There's I think 3 parts to it. Part 2 is dope. Part 3 is dope too, because it's based on a female, I think, in the 3rd one.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's really cool. It's pretty badass the way it ends, but you have to have a strong stomach for it. But I don't think it's as bad as Human Centipede. The person that made Hostel was actually, I don't know how you say his name, Eli Roth, but he's actually friends with Quentin Tarantino. He was in Inglourious Basterds. He's been in a few movies. Do you remember Inglourious Basterds? The Nazi movie with Brad Pitt. He was the bear Jew. Remember the guy with the bat? That's Eli Roth.
Oh, okay.
Right, but yeah, Hostel. It's this just gave me a creepy reminder of it.
Who told police he wore a mask most of the time, but he dropped that mask for long enough for a surveillance camera in the lobby to catch these images. It's just one of a series of mistakes that could prove crucial.
They will put what they have into computer systems that have the ability to do facial recognition and compare it against databases.
So we already know there's facial recognition apps, programs.
Looking for him at this point.
The ambush at dawn and the intense
and his firearm jammed apparently.
We're going to begin this morning with the story we're all talking about.
That manhunt for the shooter who gunned down the CEO of United Healthcare.
Is this the weapon used in the attack?
Damn.
It's known as a World War II era assassin's pistol, and there are only 250 in America.
What?
Police are investigating the recent sale of one in Connecticut. A marksman demonstrated.
Whoa. So there's only 250 of those bad boys. Like, where did this... Okay, this guy is definitely somebody who's connected. Because to get your hands on one of something that's rare, and it gives a vibe of, like, World War II, they said? That's crazy. What the heck?
Demonstrated the weapon on YouTube. Former NYPD detective David Sarney, now a professor at John Jay College of Criminal Justice, retraced the assassin's movements before the shooting.
He's going to come up. There's a Starbucks behind us.
That's the Starbucks.
Yeah,
Of course,
so
there's
what we
a
have is
Starbucks
video
behind
footage of
them.
him going into the Starbucks. He buys stuff, apparently with cash.
Surveillance images show the assassin with his face partially exposed inside this Starbucks 2 blocks from the crime scene. He buys power bars and a bottle of water.
When you look at professionalism and
Yo, when you go out for unaliving, make sure you get your protein intake, you know? Don't want to be feeling hungry, right?
shooter, that's not what it seems right here. He's proficient in maybe firearms, but as far as professional, you can't see that because he's leaving himself so open.
This surveillance image shows him walking toward the Hilton Hotel. Look, he's talking on a cell phone.
Does that tell you that he's not acting alone?
Is a possibility of that? We don't know. I think what you're going to do is when you start doing this work on the cell phone, it'll help. The benefit is we know the phone is active and he's utilizing it.
Okay, so this is a picture of the CEO, rest in peace. But he was on the phone. Like, do you see, like, investigators, like, nowadays to be a criminal, like, you really got to be committed to that. Because you're going to get caught if you do something. Like, when you take somebody's life, you're going to get caught.
Yeah.
I think that's, like, the most serious of crimes is taking somebody's life. You know, the police are not going to rest until they catch you. And I think in places like Toronto as well, there's cameras everywhere. You know, so especially in the downtown area, right? So I guess this is an image of the dude, of the CEO guy.
The assassin's target, 50-year-old Brian Thompson, was staying here at the Luxury Collection Hotel. He was walking to the nearby Hilton for an investors conference when he was gunned down.
Oh, man.
The killer fled north.
That almost
into
looks like a
Central
Hollywood
Park,
scene.
a half
Like,
mile
it
away
looks
on a
staged
e-bike.
almost.
More surveillance video after the shooting appears to show the suspect riding the bike on the Upper West Side of Manhattan. A key piece of evidence, this backpack the killer was wearing in the assassination video.
This is identical to the $300 backpack the killer was wearing. It's very sturdy.
Man had
it's quite
some
heavy
expensive taste.
and top of the line. And look, when you open it, you can see inside it actually has shelves to store belongings. Police believe he used it to carry a change of clothes to make his escape.
The assassin left chilling messages scrawled on 3 live rounds left at the scene. The words deny, defend, depose. The words
That's
echo
crazy.
the title Delay, Deny, Defend, a scathing best-selling expose about the insurance industry. Delay, deny, defend is the strategy insurance companies allegedly use to avoid paying claims. The discovery is fueling speculation that the killer had a grievance against either Brian Thompson himself or United Healthcare. Last July, protesters targeted the United Healthcare campus in Minnesota over denials of claims, and 11 people were arrested.
You see, so this reminds me of the movie John Q, right? The Denzel movie.
Yeah.
And it seems like it was either a professional hit. I mean, how professional could it be if the guy showed himself, right? But maybe that's a part of the psyop, right? That he's hiding in plain sight, I guess you can say. But maybe it was somebody whose family got denied. You know, maybe they passed away. Maybe something happened, right? That got them to that point where they planned this all, you know. But the fact that it's getting so much media attention, I guess, is because it's a CEO, right? Of like one of the biggest, if not the biggest, health insurance company in the U.S. But it's strange.
Was the smiling assassin
And he was
triggered by
smiling.
the denial of an insurance claim?
This person is out for justice. This person was wronged, or he's working for somebody that was wronged, and he wants the world to know that he corrected this.
That's wild, right? So at least the police are using certain language, right? They're using the language that it was justice, right? He's seeking justice, right? In that sense. And yeah, I find it so weird, you know, but it reminded me of the John Q movie, right? And I highly recommend everybody watch this movie because it's really dope. You watched it, right?
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Right, it's really sick. And I mean, I think we all have a breaking point, I think,
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
where I think it's in all of us to be able to take a life. Right? No, but seriously, like, even bad, I don't know, just reminded me of the Cypress Hill song, How I Could Just Kill a Man. Here's something I can't just understand, something along those lines. How I could just kill a man. I mean, everybody, I think, has that point where maybe like John Wick, you do it for your pet. Maybe that would be somebody's breaking point. or somebody did something to a loved one of yours, right? Where you would not usually ever even think about unaliving someone, but when they do something so horrific to you, sometimes you feel like there's no other option. Like you see red, you know.
Yeah,
maybe I think
sure,
everybody's
I'd feel-
capable of it.
Yeah, man. If someone did something to my family, I will go for them. Straight up.
Yeah, right. You know, and yeah, I think it's in everybody, you know, and it's great that it stays dormant in most of us, because you never come back from that, right? Anybody that's even taken a life, like cops, right? When they take a life, like you don't come back from that, even if it was for the right reasons. You were doing it for the greater good, you know, to save another life, right? You don't come back from that. And here's just a quick clip of a quote that Denzel says in the film, which is pretty insane, and I think it was worth mentioning here.
When people are sick, they deserve a little help. Yeah! Sick help! Sick help! I am not gonna bury my son!
Right, so I think that's a very cool. Right, so I think that's a very cool quote, you know, that he said, and it's very true. Sick, help. You know, it's very straight up, very straightforward, right? So I think that's a very, very important quote that he shares. I agree with him totally. Like, it's very simple. Sick, help. You know, and it's so horrible that in the United States, the richest country in the world, allegedly, they charge so much for people to feel better, or if you get hurt, like you go into severe debt. You know, some people even have to give up their homes, you know, because they have to pay medical debts.
Yeah.
And why? Meanwhile, in Canada, we have essentially universal free healthcare.
Mm-hmm.
You know, things that would cost, and if we don't have a health card, it would cost us a lot of money too. You know, but we have universal healthcare. But there's pros and cons to that, because at least also in our healthcare system, there's a shortage of nurses, doctors, surgeons, stuff like that, right? So people don't get care all the time. Meanwhile, I believe in the States, you can see a doctor right away because you're paying for it. You know, they're in abundance, right? So it's very telling. You know, what do you think about this whole thing with the CEO?
Honestly, like, I don't know why he did it. There's definitely a big reason why he did it, and like,
and yeah, it's trippy, you know.
there's not much I can say. You know, he did it.
And there's some stats that are saying that apparently United Healthcare has the highest denial rate of claims in all across the entire insurance industry, health insurance industry in the U.S. So it says a lot. It could be anybody. It could be anybody's family that would snap. And you know what? They need to hold somebody accountable. They need somebody at the company. Why not the person at the top?
Honestly, at the end of the day, all these rich corporations, like the government, they don't care. They just want your money. They don't care if you die. You know?
Honestly, and
That's
the
all they
fact
care
is,
about.
and the fact is, the United States keep people sick.
Yeah.
But then they don't want to help
dying,
you.
and if you can't pay, they will let you die. That's how it is over there.
In Chirac, I remember there was a story, I think academics shared, I don't remember who, but they were saying that like shootings happen so often that they would turn away victims of those types of wounds in a lot of the hospitals around the, like, you know, those hoods like O Block and stuff, because it was too many and it's too expensive to help these people, so they would let them die.
Yeah.
You know, they would send them to a different hospital that does deal with it, which is way too far away to save that person's life. So it should be criminal, you know, to not be able to help somebody or to turn them away.
Yeah, man. I mean, you know? the rich help the rich, right?
And a lot of these hospitals are for profit as well, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know, there's just something so evil about it, you know, something so evil about the health system, big pharma, stuff like that. Like, have you ever heard of the term pharmakeia?
No.
Right, so pharmakeia is like, I think, an ancient Greek word that is allegedly where the word pharmacy comes from, but it actually, the root word of it is like witchcraft.
That's crazy. You've seen the symbols, right, too? Like
the two snakes wrapped around I forgot what the meaning was that was. I remember I went down a rabbit hole about it, but I don't want to like give misinformation, so I don't want to like share too much about that, but I highly recommend people look into the origins of what the medical symbol is with the two snakes, because it's very weird. It's very weird, and I do believe that there's probably something spiritual when it comes to
Yeah.
making medicines, you know, whether natural, like from roots and stuff, or
Mm-hmm.
what you see in like being made by big pharma.
Mm-hmm.
You know, do you remember the CEOs from Canada? They are apparently were the CEOs of Apotex, the medical company, and they were unalived in their home. I think in 2015 or something, 2017, they were found unalived, like they
I
were
think I
strangled
remember.
in their pool.
Mhm.
Like that was a hit, like a flat out hit, you know. And the CEOs, like they apparently try to frame. I think they found out or they framed somebody, like a family member. I'm not sure, but it was pretty intense to hear that something like that happened so close to home. I think it was in Mississauga they lived, right? But that was a pretty big news that when that happened. And I think that. Do you believe in the spiritual world?
I do, yeah.
Yeah. What do you follow a faith?
I believe in God,
Okay.
Christianity.
Okay, sweet. Is that something that you found on your own, or were you brought up with it?
Honestly, like I grew up with it. I used to take Bible studies when I was
Okay,
like
sweet.
8 years old. So I grew up knowing a lot about the Bible. I read the Bible, and I kind of got away from it. Like maybe when I was a teenager after high school, I didn't really like. I stopped going to church. I stopped reading a bit, but I still continue to have my faith with God. And then I had a really bad breakdown in my life. Just really bad situations, and just everything is just going bad for me. And that was just my melting breakdown, and that's when I kind of like found God
Okay,
more.
that's sweet.
Yeah, like my faith grew stronger in him. I'm not perfect. Not everybody's perfect, you know. Like I still sin, like, but like, you know, I pray every day, and you know.
Whose move is it?
But
You
I don't
moved
even
here,
know.
I
I think
think you moved here.
I took. Oh yeah, I took yours.
Yeah.
So it's you.
Okay, that's sweet, and it's great. You know, like I think we all need to believe in something.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's very important. I think it's even in our DNA to feel the need. Like we know that there's something more there, something beyond
Yeah.
ourselves, you know. I think we all feel that. Is some people just are so hurt beyond whatever their experience has been that they can't fathom that a God can allow them to go through so much.
Yeah, honestly, like I've been through crazy experiences that I've never really told anybody, and just like I literally prayed and asked God to show me, or like, you know, like I've been waiting and waiting, but everything comes in its timing, and he's gonna show you. Like
right.
that's how I know that there was a God. Like I believed, because he gave me things that I've been waiting for, not my timing but in his timing.
100%, amen.
Yeah.
One thing like we were discussing right off camera was the spiritual world, right? We were talking about marine spirits, right? It's your turn. I moved here. Gotcha.
Okay.
Marine spirits, right? I found the topic, like I'm very fascinated about Nephilim in the Bible, marine,
Yeah.
like just anything regarding the spiritual world. And even though the word itself or the term itself, marine spirits, are not in the Bible, I find it very fascinating. There are a lot of things that allude to it. And I found the clip, right, based on what we were talking about with marine spirits, right? So I want to share this, you know, and let's give a little
Yeah.
commentary, you know, introduce something new to people. Because it's very cool. Like, I'm also learning about this. So let's check this out.
We received an email inquiring about marine spirits. It was titled, The Nephilim, Demons of the Marine Kingdom. The email specifically asked if the Bible mentions marine spirits, and how marine spirits might be connected to the Nephilim. The short answer is that the Bible does not mention marine spirits. While Scripture is rich with spiritual teachings and accounts, it gives no explicit mention of a specific class of demon referred to as a marine spirit. The purpose of this discussion is not to promote or endorse beliefs not found in the Bible. Instead, we aim to explore the origins and evolution of this concept, recognizing that beliefs about...
Before we continue, like, sorry, I don't want to forget, right? But there's a lot of different religions in the world, and I never want to feel like just like we're disrespecting anybody, you know. But example, like Vikings, right? They believed in certain things that were in the water, if I'm not mistaken. You look at movies like Aquaman, The Little Mermaid, right? They're something that live in the water.
Yeah.
You know, and it was interesting that those ideas have to come from somewhere, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Those ideas, you know, like they have to come from somewhere, in my opinion. And
Yeah, no.
I just think that art imitates life, right? It's not usually the other way around. So yeah, with this topic, it reminds me of the Orishas, right? From the religion of Ifa from West Africa, right? The Yoruba religion, which later became Santeria when it hit the Caribbean during the slave trade. In that religion, there's Yemaya, who, if I'm not mistaken, who is a goddess of water, in the water. And there's I'm not sure if it's also in the religion of Ifa, where they believe in Mami Wata. I don't know if that's a Ghanaian thing or a voodoo thing, but there's these entities, Yemaya, Mami Wata. In the Bible, the god of the Philistines was a fish figure. I think it was like a half human, half fish, and it was called Dagon, right? That's and the Philistines were the days of King David, right? So that's what they were worshiping during those days. And funny enough, the Philistines had a Nephilim in their ranks, which was Goliath, right? Because he was a giant, right? So it's safe to assume that he was a Nephilim. And if you don't know what Nephilim are, people, there's an episode coming very, very soon of Revelations podcast where I will do a little deep dive on the Nephilim. Cool? So yeah, let's just continue with this video. Just wanted to mention that before I forget.
Beliefs have emerged around the spiritual realm, and some may not align directly with canonical biblical texts. In our exploration, we will consider these varying perspectives and seek to understand them in their historical and cultural contexts, always keeping in mind the Holy Bible as our foundational reference point. From the onset, it is important to state that I personally do not believe in marine spirits, simply because the Bible does not mention them. However, there are many Christian circles that do believe in them. Before we proceed, it is important once more to highlight that the Bible does not specifically mention the term marine spirit. The concept of marine spirits, as commonly understood in some contemporary Christian circles, is not a direct teaching from the canonical texts of the Bible. It is a term associated with beliefs related to demonic oppression and possession, as belief in marine spirits is based on extra-biblical information. As a result, there's a vast and diverse range of teachings and perspectives concerning the nature, characteristics, and actions of a marine spirit. Due to this reliance on sources outside the traditional biblical canon, interpretations can vary.
Right, you know, so like that's basically a little bit about what marine spirits are, you know. So from my understanding, when in the Bible, when Jesus went to go cast out a demon from some guy that was demon possessed by the lake or something, right? It was a legion of demons inside of that guy, and they begged Jesus to just release them into the pigs. And what happened with the pigs? They went into the water, right? So that's a trip, right? That happened. And another thing that okay, so they're not called marine spirits in the Bible, but it gives me like I just put two and two together. Like Noah's Ark, the flood happened because the God needed to wipe the earth of Nephilim and all the evil that was happening. So maybe those spirits of those, and like, you know, half human, half spirit, you know, because that's what they were. It was angels mixing with human women.
Yeah.
Right, and they gave birth to half whatever it was, and it became Nephilim. So I think it's the spirit of all of those that happened that remain in the water.
Yeah, I believe that too, because just recently they said something about the state said something about confirmed, like they think there's like aliens or whatever underwater, but like I truly think it's demons.
Yeah, 100%. You know? Well, I totally agree with that too. I personally don't believe in aliens.
Yeah,
I think they're entities from a different dimension that I would think are angels or fallen angels. Another thing that brings me back also to the Bible is when Jesus was walking on water and he called Peter out. Well, he called Peter out to him, right? There was like a storm, everything was going on, and Peter sees Jesus. And one thing that really caught my attention was when the disciples thought that they were looking at a spirit, right? They didn't know if it was Jesus or if it was a spirit. Why would their mind automatically go to a spirit? You know, what else would it be? You know, like, why would they think it would be something evil unless it was something that was already in their mind, or stories that they were told about spirits in the water, right? So what I would imagine, well, I have a really big imagination, so I'm imagining when Peter was walking out, he probably saw what Jesus was claiming dominion over. I think it was a symbolic thing why Jesus did it, so it can be written about him showing dominion, that he also has power over them, right? But can you imagine if Peter saw that? Like, I just imagine, you know, when people do those like ice swimming and they're like trapped under the ice and they're trying to find the hole and they're like swimming and you can see them travel. Can you imagine if maybe Peter saw something like that? Like they're just trapped there. You know, I don't know. That's just where my mind went to in regards to that. But I don't know. How did we get here? I don't know. It was this really cool like convo that we had off mic, right?
Yeah.
And we both share the same faith, you know. So I think it's a conversation that allows me, or topics that allow me to stay focused and curious about learning things about God, you know. Like, it doesn't always have to be so churchy, it doesn't have to be no Baptist sermon.
No Baptist sermons, okay, homie?
And there's no you know, we believe in God, you know, Christianity, but we don't judge over here, you know. Like, we're not perfect either.
Yeah,
and
100%.
we just love to conversate. Not, you know, these conversations like God and politics, it's not, you cannot put those conversations with other people. Those do not mix. But like, you know, it's good to have it when like you both share the same faith, and like it's like cool combos. Things come up. It's interesting.
Yeah, I enjoy talking to people from different faiths. I've had conversations with people that are Satanists and you know, and actually are Luciferians and stuff, and hey, that's what you believe in, that's what you follow. Like, who am I to judge you? Hopefully one day we can align, you know, but it doesn't mean I'm gonna push it on you, you know. But yeah, I just really hope people do a little bit of research on these things, like Nephilim, Marine Kingdom, because I mean, I think Hollywood is a very dark place, you know, where they show us these things, right? Art imitates life, right? There's a lot of movies, I think, that talk about these things, and I'm sure there's video games. I remember there was like a video game about the Illuminati. Do you remember that? They're like superheroes or something.
Like there's a video called something ritual. Like, no, maybe I don't know, but it's super like like it's evil. Like, I don't know who obviously whoever created that has
they knew what they were doing.
Yeah, but like it's just open. It's out there. You know, it's nothing to hide anymore. So you know everybody knows what it is. Yeah.
Are you into games? Are you into video games?
Yeah. I play a lot of video games. I've always been a gamer since I was like 8 years old. Okay. I want to get into streaming, so like, you know, that works out, and then I'll put my stuff out there.
Is that do they also do like that's not my world, you know, but I know Twitch is like meant for that, right? Yeah. For gaming. But what about Kick? I know Kick is a platform that's
I heard Kick and Twitch, so I know there's a lot of streamers that do both.
Okay.
Like, they be streaming on both platforms.
Oh, smart.
I'm not quite sure how it works, but like once I figure it out,
kind of like illegal or competition. Would you get kicked off of one platform if they knew that you were doing it on the other? I don't know.
I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure.
I mean, I know there's people that like Kai Cenat made it huge on Twitch, right? And there's Aiden Ross, who I think is the face of Kick, the Kick streams, right? I've noticed that I think a lot of dumbasses are on the Kick stream, because a lot of people are constantly being put on blast on social media because they're like top Kick streamers, but they do things for clout and they do stupid things that get them in trouble. And I think a lot more of those exist on the Kick stream, right? So streaming is your thing, eh? Like, so what do you have? Do you have Xbox, PlayStation?
I have
PS5, man. I want one just to play the new GTA game. That's it. That's all I wanted for. Just the new GTA 6.
Well, we're still waiting for that.
Yo, we got this interview with Diana de Los Angeles and DJ Rebelations before we got GTA 6.
Yeah, man.
You know? So shout out to that, man. Honestly, I love which GTA video game or series do you like?
Vice City.
Vice, eh?
Yeah. That was like the first one I've ever like.
I like San Andreas.
That one's good too. That's probably my second one.
Yeah, I like San Andreas. Vice City was dope. There's another one, like one of the first few. Liberty City. Is that one? That's one, right? Yeah, I like Liberty City as well. It was cool. It's just crazy, but like, I think there's stats out there that show that school unalivers. I don't want to say the word because YouTube rules, but school unalivers apparently some of the top things that they notice about these people is that the games they're into are Grand Theft Auto, Call of Duty, and Fortnite.
Yeah, I mean, like,
It makes sense, right?
when you play video games, there is just temptation, you know, like it's just
Maybe.
it's like when you watch something and you're curious and you're like into horror or something, and like you just want to look into it even more and you look for it.
To the point where you want to imitate it in real life.
Yeah, there's just things, you know, like
I think there's something underlying wrong with those people. You know, I don't think the video game does it, but there's probably something dormant in them.
yeah, for sure. There's definitely something like, who knows, in the brain maybe they grew up with, and they just comes in at a late time, like, you know, who knows.
Yeah, honestly. And what's your favorite game?
My favorite game, I've always grew up playing almost every console except Xbox. So like I grew up with like the classic, like the Nintendo 64,
okay.
PS1.
She says classic N64. For me, classic is like the 1980s
Okay, maybe
console.
not that the classic.
I'm not hating. I'm just saying
you know
it's like our
saying?
age difference. It's
yeah,
like
yeah,
the classic to you is at 64.
Damn, honestly, for PS5, right? Like I've always liked COD. I'm not perfect at the game, but like me and my cousins, man, it's just funny when we play.
I know the graphics are great in the newer versions, but my favorite version of Call of Duty is World at War.
World at War?
Yeah, because it's like history. It was actually historical,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know? And killing some Nazis. You know, it's pretty cool. Why not?
Nah, I like, to be honest, I like any game that's like fun, like racing or like COD, GTA.
I love God of War. God of War is one of my
God of War
favorite.
was a good one. I
Uncharted
finished, like,
was sick too.
Both games.
Yeah,
First
yeah.
and second.
I even played the PSP versions
Yeah.
of God of War. Like I was obsessed.
WWE. I grew up playing WWE.
I like the UFC games. I remember when I had PS3, I had a couple of the MMA games and the UFC game, and it was really cool. It was fun. Like I like video games, but for me to just part ways with that kind of money for a console, I don't want to get hooked on playing it, you know? I have an addictive personality.
Yeah.
So I think owning a system today, like there's that monkey game. You know that monkey game that came out recently? It's like a monkey god or something. I forgot what it was called.
PS5?
Yeah, it's like a across platforms, right? But it was like a huge game. Apparently it's like the highest selling game ever. Right? It sold like so many copies its first day. Like it was crazy. And I saw some of the gameplay, and yeah, it looks sick. Like my type of game, right? So it's sick. I forgot what it's called, but yeah, it's really cool. I like video games. I like racing games too. Gran Turismo, love that game.
Yeah.
Like it's so dope. I don't know. I love it.
Yeah,
it just allows me to concentrate, you know, not think about certain things for a while.
Exactly, yeah.
So streaming, do you stream now or like do you like?
I do not stream now. Just trying to figure out like setting it up. Like I already got my gaming chair. I have to pick up my gaming table. Like I have to get a monitor.
How do you feel about pets?
Pets.
Yeah, you have pets, right?
Yeah, I have pets. I've had a lot of pets growing up when I was younger. I had like turtles.
Oh shit.
I remember my dad when I was little. He tried bringing a frog in, and my mom said, "Get out."
Oh man.
I had budgies.
Are those
dogs,
birds, right?
cats,
Budgies?
Budgies, yeah. They're birds. What else, yo?
You have 2 cats right now, right?
2 cats right now, yeah.
What are the names?
They drive me crazy. Stoli and Milo.
Stoli and Milo. Stoli, as in like a Stoli, like a car?
No, my girlfriend actually named him because of her favorite vodka, Stoli. Something like that.
Oh, okay. I think I know which one.
Stoli Snaya or something like that.
Okay, and the other one?
I named him Milo.
Milo.
It's a cute name. So, and then I have Zeus. He's a Alaskan Malamute.
An Alaskan what? Melon?
Alaskan Mal. Now you got me tongue twisted. Alaskan Malamute.
Malamute.
Husky.
Oh,
okay.
Okay. Is it a small dog or like a big one?
He's a big boy. He's 10. He's a senior.
And you have 2 cats living with him?
No, like he has to live with my parents.
Oh,
He's living with my
okay.
parents.
Okay, because I was gonna say your cats would probably like bully the crap out of him.
Stoli would definitely like. Stoli, everybody's scared of my cat Stoli.
You want to make a few last moves before we wrap this up?
Can I take that?
No, but you can take it with that one. Damn. See, so this is when it comes to crunch time. Okay, all right. Bring out the big guns. Yo, honestly, this has been such a dope conversation. Your move. This has been such a dope. This has been such a dope conversation.
Can I go all the way?
Yeah. Oh. La llaman salvaje. Shit. Okay, but gone. Yeah, I mean, it's so cool. You know, a lot of these interviews are usually focus about music, the project, you know, and I want people to get to know you. You're a really dope person, you know, and I really wanted people to hear a little bit about what you're into. And thank you for letting me entertain you with stuff that I wanted to check out, and I figured you were going to be here. Might as well check it out together.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I took your dude here.
Okay.
Right, so everybody, she has a track coming out December 27th. It's a Friday. The song is called En La Noche. I've seen the artwork for it. It looks so dope. Visualizer is going to be available very soon. Make sure you tune in. Stay on the lookout for that. Follow her on her socials. Everything, like I said, is going to be in the description box below. Where did you move?
I don't even remember. Did I even move? Okay, let's go here.
Okay. Yeah, so anything you want to tell people before we close off?
I will be giving an update on my social media with my new song coming out with probably like next week, Friday.
Okay.
Well, this week coming up Friday.
Okay, bless you. Hear that, people, right? So be on the lookout for that. Diana de Los Angeles. I'm your boy Mario, aka DJ Rebelations. New episode of Rebelations podcast. Thank you so much for sitting down with me.
Thank you for having me.
Having this cool convo, and I guess you can say, I don't want to brag, but based on how many kills we got, based on how many unalivings we got, I think your boy won this one.
Yeah.
Right, but you held your own. You had some pretty good moves set up. If you had practice, you would have actually like murked me, to be honest. I'm not the greatest people at this game, but you know, hopefully I get better as I play with people that are coming to the show. Right, so once again, thank you so much for being here. Just remember, at Rebelations podcast, we try to encourage you to awaken your inner rebel. Right, take it easy. Catch you next time.